Welcome to our senior capstone project. This year, we were able to go outside of our comfort zone and present on a nonprofit. We collaborated well with each other, which helped to maximize our learning, and we were able to use each other's strengths and weaknesses to advance our project's goal. We would now like to introduce ourselves. Thank you all for coming. My name is Jacob Furno, and I am from Alexandria, Minnesota.
My name is Maya George, and I'm from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota.
My name is Allison Gruber, and I'm from White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
My name is Julia Newhouse, and I'm from Excelsior, Minnesota.
My name is Brady Miller, and I'm from Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
This year, we successfully theorized and used practical experiences to analyze ProAct from the top down and bottom up. Our team utilized scenario planning, strategic audits, strategy methodologies, frameworks, and formulation. Through implementation, evaluation, and control planning, we were able to develop a strategic plan that will utilize the resources and staff within the boundaries of the project scope in which Kim Feller and her leadership team proposed.
After listening to ProAct's leadership team and targeted discussions, our team was able to research and understand the history of ProAct. They are a nonprofit service organization dedicated to serving people with disabilities and other barriers to employment and community inclusion. ProAct has over 45 years of service, providing a wide range of client services that enhance employment skills. They strive to enhance and enrich the life of seniors by helping them become self-sufficient. For our project, we are focusing on the enrichment programs and initiatives. ProAct has engaged in large mergers in the past that have enabled them to reach more people. They have 8 facilities throughout Minnesota and Wisconsin, each having reliable sources like their transportation service called the ProAct Fleet. This includes wheelchair lifts, buses, commuter vans, and cars to safely transport participants. ProAct is proud of their ability to offer transportation and facilities for hosting events, training, and programming.
Working with ProAct's team allowed us to gain more information about their structure, goals, and strategies. We were mainly in contact with Kim Feller, the Vice President of Programs and Services. The team was great to work with and was able to answer all of our questions as they came up. Their leadership team and board of directors consist of 5 and 11 individuals, respectively. They are experienced and dedicated to the highest level of performance in serving their individuals. It's clear how much the whole team cares about their company, clients, and programs. With a goal of adding more services that support their clients' needs, ProAct's organization structure is policy-driven and fulfills their mission. Their overall vision is to be the provider of choice for person-centered services that enhance the quality of life for people with disabilities. When reviewing this statement, we asked the leadership team where they were looking to grow when it came to adding new services. ProAct instills an entrepreneurship strategy while having a hierarchical decision-making structure, which has allowed them to excel in core competencies, dynamic capabilities, and differentiation of services.
We would now like to introduce the executive partners who we worked directly with throughout this project. Kim Feller, the Vice President of Programs and Services, Jessica Gruber, the Manager and Community Employment Leader, Stephanie Osman, Program Manager, Day Trainer and Habilitation Services, and Amy Sandy, Lead Controller. We want to thank each of you for your ability to organize and work diligently with our team. These amazing professionals attended meetings and were involved in brainstorming and email communication. Throughout this process, we were able to understand the utmost importance of this organization. Even though we had many successes as a team, we were presented with a wide variety of challenges to work through as well. ProAct's goal is to enrich the lives of people from different backgrounds, abilities, and age ranges.
We will now talk about the project statement and scope. ProAct's vision was for us to create a new program offering to follow suit on their mission and objectives to maintain and create programs within their organization. After researching and understanding these statistics concerned us, our emotions came not only from a research standpoint, but also from personal experiences that have happened to many of our friends, relatives, and even to ourselves. For instance, one statistic from a report to the Senate Special Committee on Aging read that scammers were convincing enough to steal $42 million from their victims many of whom are part of the nation's most vulnerable. This is known as the grandparent scam. Another statistic that we found stated that in Minnesota, the top scams targeting the elderly are IRS impersonation scams, romance scams, unsolicited phone calls, counterfeit check scams, and timeshare scams. Despite all of this, our team was challenged with the changing business landscape due to COVID-19. This year, we tackled issues that some people have never faced in their lifetime, including layoffs, customers not being able to physically come to a facility, and a loss of funding. At this point, we had to determine how to overcome these challenges that altered and impacted just about everyone. Our team had to decide to pivot our strategy plan midway through the project. The external factors allowed us to think outside the box. We were determined to create a new program for ProAct that would reach their customers wherever they resided during this pandemic. As a team, we strived to create a solution that would help during this dire time, like creating a program that ProAct's competitors have not yet thought about. We had to focus on the customer's point of view and provide ProAct with a scalable solution.
As a team, we came up with 6 objectives to help solve this problem statement. The first is to create a program that uses a limited amount of ProAct's budget and resources. Second is to brainstorm a program that is needed by senior homes and anyone else in need. Third is to lay out an easy-to-follow plan from start to finish. Fourth is to maintain a program that works within all of ProAct's strategies and future planning. The fifth objective is to become a leader within the digital enrichment service sector. And finally, to help ProAct create a service offering the same level of quality in all of its locations. Our goals. Along with that, we came up with 2 goals for approaching this problem. Our first goal is to create a minimally invasive program that can be deployed in both the long and short-term dealings of COVID-19. Our second goal is to follow ProAct's long-term strategy while keeping the vision, mission, objectives, and values in place, but pivot them into a new program within digital services to keep them ahead of digital trends and competitors, while helping them become a leader in the commonplace of a new organizational endeavor.
Yep. It was important for us to know our limitations when brainstorming, strategizing, and analyzing this project. We were given these initial and outer scope boundaries to follow and adhere to during our project. The initial scope boundaries began with a $150,000 budget for staff and transportation. Next was to complete a needs analysis, which was extremely important for understanding what programs ProAct should offer to gain a competitive advantage over their competitors, and to provide what their customers desire. The next boundary was understanding the target consumer, then to create a program that offers enrichment services catered towards them. Finally, we were to gain an understanding of the future vision of the organization from internal leaders. The outer scope boundaries were to work with a large amount of funding dollars and help with the employment service sector.
Yep. We have calculated and analyzed multiple key performance indicators that have helped us be able to give financial recommendations for ProAct. The first ratio is the quick ratio. This is used to gauge financial stability. You do not want an organization's quick ratio to be less than 1. ProAct's quick ratio is very strong, meaning they have more than enough current assets to pay any current liability obligations that they may have. Due to their ratio consistently being over 5, this will allow them to be sustainable and pay their current liability obligations over a greater period of time. For example, they should have enough assets to pay current liability obligations for the next couple of years. Since ProAct's quick ratio is so high, ProAct may want to consider using some of their current assets to pay off their long-term debt. However, it is not necessary due to ProAct's viability ratio being so strong. A second option may be to make some long and short-term investments with the excess amount of current assets they hold, in which they could earn a better rate on their donations. The next ratio is change in net assets. A positive change, such as ProAct's, indicates that they have prudently managed its resources throughout the past couple of years. The next ratio is program efficiency. It compares total program expenses to total expenses. Having this information can help an organization demonstrate to potential funders how efficient the organization is in fulfilling its mission. This ratio is extremely important for ProAct because it means they are fulfilling their mission and allocating the correct amount of funds to the correct areas. ProAct's program efficiency ratio is very strong. The next ratio is fundraising efficiency. This ratio indicates the amount of contributions that result from fundraising expenses. It measures how efficiently organizations have managed to raise money. ProAct's fundraising efficiency is strong because it is greater than 1. This means they have been efficiently and effectively raising money. Okay. Lastly, our overall financial recommendation for ProAct is that we believe ProAct has a very strong financial foothold. One of the most important key performance indicators that we looked at was the quick ratio. After analyzing this ratio, we believe ProAct should take some of their current assets and or the excess cash that they have in reserve and invest it into our Blue Ocean strategy. They could use this cash to help fund making ProAct's programs and services online. We believe this is a good area to invest more of ProAct's available cash because it will ultimately meet the goals of ProAct's mission, which is to enhance the quality of life for people with disabilities and the rest of the communities they serve.
Our first recommended strategy for ProAct is to understand the services moving forward, take a step back and analyze the who, what's, and whys of their program offerings, and make sure they are utilizing their resources to the best of their ability. ProAct should set a system in place to analyze the program's effectiveness, engagement, and customer satisfaction. The use of the survey design, customer feedback, and observation will help ProAct to understand what programs are functioning to the best of its ability. The cons are the lost opportunity cost. Less service diversification, and it's time consuming. The next strategy is to reallocate operating expenses, human resources, and asset relocation from various branch locations to put into a more successful location or program. The cons of this are having a large layoff in order to fund programs and focus on recruiting high-performing individuals. Identifying and recruiting high-performing employees is beneficial for the company overall. I'm ready. In consideration of other strategies, the Blue Ocean strategy reaches our project goals, objectives, and fits inside our parameters. Initially, our Blue Ocean strategy was to instill a digital transformation strategy into the seniors and assisted living homes. Now our strategy has broadened in scope in order to stay current with the ever-changing needs of society in lieu of COVID-19. Our strategy is to make ProAct's programs and services available digitally. The implementation should happen in the short term of their services. If consumers are actively engaged through virtual services, they are more likely to participate in person after COVID-19 passes. This short-term transformation will usher in the long-term implementation strategy of providing services to seniors in assisted living homes. This long-term strategy is an important aspect to the digitally changing world. Today's seniors are less tech-savvy and less likely to adapt with new technology, but that may change as tomorrow's seniors become used to the changing digital advancements that have been made. This is significant as to why ProAct should be prepared and well-equipped for the developing society. This strategy is important both short-term and long-term, and has the ability to gain a larger presence with less resources and assets needed. This strategy gives ProAct the ability to gain new customers, referrals, and more resources in other service areas. This new program has the ability to be launched rapidly in other locations, immediately going up against the leading competitors, which will give ProAct the first mover competitive advantage against their rivals. This digital transformation program can be scaled to be benchmarked at all of their locations and gain traction in untouched market space.
ProAct needs to look for tech-savvy individuals who can learn about ProAct's enrichment services and transform their brick-and-mortar services into digital integration. The implementation program will need a group of hybrid sales/training positions. In the first part of the week, The sales position will call out to a variety of senior living facilities offering up the newly founded service, explaining the benefits of how the program will enrich the senior living homes and give a quality service that will come directly to them. The service can be either a subscription-based model, per user, per senior living home, or by the financial considerations suggested in the KPIs. The service offering will help to increase engagement within the senior living community, as well as helping them to learn crucial skills and in the end enhancing their lives. It is now up to the program leaders, managers, employees, and volunteers to take the reins of this project. They must be ready to learn new skills, adapt to the ever-changing digital society, and give ProAct the competitive advantage. We asked questions, we listened, worked together, and overcame difficult challenges that ProAct Inc. faced. Today, we are showing you where we are. This project stemmed from a strategic annual plan from ProAct. The leadership team provided us with a needs analysis and explained the current vision, mission, and value statements. Our two teams built a framework together which helped in guiding our strategy team to a final destination. Our idea was to create a new program that followed their organizational strategies by maintaining and creating program innovation within their company. This consulting project consisted of providing life enrichment services to seniors in assisted living or care facilities. We were in charge of the methodology, analysis, and brainstorming of new services that would function with the new initiatives. We used a business model canvas, strategic factor analysis, Porter's 5 forces analysis, competitor analysis, and a strategic financial audit to aid our research. Our team worked diligently with project management software and schedules to form a customer-central ideology. Our strategy was envisioned with the consumer in mind. We also thought through various strategies like pause, retrenchment, and growth. Finally, we decided on a combination of the growth and blue ocean strategies.